The alien woman named Larian belonged to a royal house on the distant world of Solara. Her life was filled with light beauty and endless praise, but behind her golden mask, she felt nothing. She saw humans as weak beings known only for emotion and simplicity, yet she had heard that among them kindness was not for trade or status, it was real and raw. She wanted to see it for herself. So she left the palace one silent night and disguised herself as a beggar, traveled to a small colony where humans lived beside alien markets and mining ports. Her gown turned to torn fabric. Her glowing jewels dulled to dust. She walked through the crowded lanes, where machines hummed and neon lights flickered, and no one knew she was a woman whose name was sung in distant skies. She wanted to feel unseen, for one Sesh tried to ask for help from traders and guards. They turned their faces away. One man pushed her aside, and another laughed, calling her another stray. The words burned her pride, but she stayed silent. The chill of the colony night crept under her skin. Her silver eyes dimmed. But then she saw a small cafe with faint yellow lights. A human woman stood behind the counter, her hair tied back. Her name tag said Clara. Claire noticed the trembling figure outside. She walked out without fear and offered a cup of warm drink. Larian took it with both hands, surprised that someone would offer without asking who she was or what she could give in return. Claire said nothing more than, "You look cold, sit down and rest." Larian sat on the ground beside the wall, feeling warmth for the first time, not from the drink, but from the tone in that voiceless. Next morning, Larian followed Claire to help with small chores. She washed dishes, swept floors, and stacked crates. Her hands that once touched gold now felt soap and metal, yet it gave her strange peace. Claire told her stories about humans, how they built homes from dust and found beauty in broken things. Larian listened deeply, feeling her heart move for the first time as days passed. Claire never asked where she came from. She only smiled and said, "Everyone has storms." They hid from Larian, began to see the world through different eyes. She watched humans laugh, cry, and still keep going when they had nothing. They shared pieces of bread and comfort without reason. She wondered why her kind never did the tone night. The colony alarm echoed. The mining rig had exploded. People were trapped under debris. Claire ran toward the smoke. Without hesitation, Larian followed. Metal, fire, and chaos filled the air. She lifted beams with her alien strength-saving workers. One by one, Claire was caught under a falling frame. Larian caught it with her bare hands, though her disguise tore revealing. The glowing skin and eyes of a Celeranthe crowd froze. Some stepped back in fear, but Claire looked up at her with calm eyes and said, "You saved them all." Larian's tears fell like molten glass. She had hidden from truth, but now stood revealed in it. She carried Claire to safety, her royal strength and her humble heart finally together. When the rescue ships came, the humans cheered for her. Even knowing what she was, they did not bow. They did not worship. They simply thanked her and offered food and blankets. She felt unworthy of that simple human kindness, for it was purer than the gold of her throne. Later, she stood on a ridge overlooking the colony lights. Claire walked beside her and said, "Maybe kindness does not belong to humans or aliens. Maybe it belongs to those who choose it." Larian smiled softly. She had come to find kindness, but she had found humanity. Instead, not in blood or race, but in the quiet acts that held worlds together. Returned to Solara, no longer dressed in jewels, she built shelters across her world, modeled after that small cafe with yellow lights in every time a stranger entered her doors, she offered them warmth, remembering the human who gave her a drink on the coldest night of her life. Became a legend, not as a queen, but as the beggar who found the meaning of kindness and shared it with the stars.